welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 179, and let me know a little feedback. What did you think of the shorter intro? The normal intro that I have, I've been thinking of shortening for a long time, but I like the music. It's actually some free music that I got off of YouTube, and it's called Morning Mandolin, and I just think it's really pretty. I hate to shorten. It's actually like a three minute 3-minute song, but yeah, I only play like 26 seconds of it, but I narrowed it down to about 6 seconds of it. So just give me your thoughts. Do you like the shorter version better, or do you prefer what I was doing before? So just let me know in the comments down below. If you are not already a subscriber, please subscribe. You just click the little red subscribe button down below, and if you click the little bell-shaped icon next to it, that will let you know anytime I post a video, which is Saturdays and most Wednesdays. And lately I've been throwing a couple more in there other than that. So, yeah. Anyway, if you hear a lot of wind in the background, we actually have wind warnings here up in Pennsylvania. They are saying we can get gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So you can hear it. Well, I have a window sitting right off here, and I can hear it like blowing like crazy. So no lawnmowers going by today. They were out earlier, so I waited till they were done. Yeah, no lawnmowers, but now we've got the wind out there, so, you know. Anyway, let's get started with the important stuff that we are all here for, and that is the yarny goodness. I have no finished objects this week, but I started a couple extra ones. So let's get started. The very first pattern that I am working on is a crochet pattern. Here is what it looks like. It's a capelet. This is the pattern from Knit Crate from last month, and it's called Sea something. The seashell capelet. I think it's seashell capelet. If it's different than seashell capelet, I'll put the information down below, who the designer is and everything, because I didn't bring that upstairs with me. Now, when I first got this pattern, I wanted to make it, and Kim also wanted to make it, and the two of us were looking at the pattern and noticed a couple mistakes. One would be 2 different sizes of crochet hooks mentioned, and then there was some gauge issues that were in there as well. So I did contact Knit Crate, and they made some corrections. And so if you want to make this pattern, if you get Knit Crate and you want to make this pattern, don't go by the pattern that's in the booklet. If you open up the first page of the booklet, right on the back of the front page is the digital download code. Go and download the pattern from there, because they actually they can't reprint everything and send it out to everybody, but they did the corrections on the digital format. So again, if you are going to make this, go print the pattern out, because there are some definite changes on it. But I love this pattern. I think it's just so pretty. So I just got started on it. It starts from the top down, and I have the neck ribbing done. This will go here. So that's how far I've gotten. And it's very springy right here, because this is a knit front, or not knit, it's a crochet front and back post. So it forms like a ribbing stitch. So it's got a lot of elasticity for over your neck. So yeah, there's the beginning. So that's all the further I've gotten. And I am using the yarn that came this month with Knit Crate. The pattern calls for 2 skeins of yarn, but I ordered a 3rd one just because I want to make sure it covers this area. I don't want it hanging too short. That would look a little awkward. I want to make sure it's long enough. I take more yardage than others. We'll say it that way. I take more yardage. So anyway, this is extremely soft. It's really nice to work with. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. This is really soft. And the color is pretty true to color too. It's a rusty color. So, and it's 100% baby alpaca, and it feels like it. It's really, really soft. So it will make a lightweight shawl that will be very warm, because alpaca is very warm without the denseness that you would have like with a worsted weight. So that's one of my crochet patterns that I'm doing. Then I'll show you my knit pattern. This is something else I cast on this week. Last week I showed you this was a pattern that I bought off of Annie's. It's called the Chamisol or Camisole. Not sure which way it's pronounced. It's a T. It is by Lena. Yeah, I tried to mispronounce this one last week. Svengerson? I'll put it down here. Anyway, it's the bottom up, so I am like right here, and it doesn't show up on the pattern real well because it's a real light color, but these along here are what's called dropped stitches. So I did make a little bit of a mess with this. It's not going to be a major mess, but I was thinking it calls for worsted weight, which surprised me. When I looked at that, I just assumed it was fingering weight. And when I grabbed the yarn I'm using, which is this is from Hobium yarn. This is Kartopu, and it's the Matryoshka Luxe. It has sparkles in it. I'm checking the monitor to see if the sparklies show. Yeah, there you can see some sparkles. Yeah. I have 2 skeins of this, or 2 cakes of it. Each of the cakes have, where did I see it? It's got a ton of yarn in this. Where did I see it? 875 yards per cake. So, yeah, I will have plenty. I have that'll be over 1,700 yards. I could do a full-size sweater for me out of this. It's really soft, and it is 72% acrylic, 14% wool, 10% Lincoln. I have no clue what Lincoln is. I know there's sheep that are a Lincolnshire sheep, but yeah, it just says 10% Lincoln, so I guess that's anybody's guess. And 4% metallic yarn. It is really, really soft, and you can see the colors. There we go, you can see it really good. There's green, blue, a gray, and kind of a ecru color. So I'm working into the ecru color, and then you'll see my mess right here, because I was working on this on the sofa, and all of a sudden I noticed it had dropped onto the floor. I mean, it was sitting on the sofa. I was working on something else. It had dropped onto the floor. When I went to go pick it up, I realized there was this trail of yarn. Apparently the dog walked by, hooked it on her foot, went all the way into the kitchen, that's the other side of the house, and then came back again with this looped to her feet. So I have to untangle this portion of it yet. But yeah, trailed from the front to the back of the house and back again on the dog's foot. Oh well. Anyway, here is what it looks like so far. It does, like I said, start from the bottom up. So this is the bottom here. These are those dropped stitches that I was talking about. And how these are created is you yarn over twice and then you drop them on the next row. There's several patterns that have this same type of a technique to them. So they're intentionally dropped stitches. And now I'm on the simple part because it is just stockinette from here up for another, I think it's 15 or 16 inches. So yeah, this is like mindlessness. So when I don't have to think of anything, I can do this. So if I'm watching something on TV, or I was doing a Zoom meeting the other day, I can do this and don't have to be watching what I'm doing. I'm just going around and around and around and around. And yeah, sometimes we just need something we don't have to think about, and that would be this right now. So that is my knitted project, well, one of my knitted projects. Then we'll move to another crochet project. And I have not done much on this week. I did make sure I was using the right crochet hook. If you remember last week, I told you I crocheted, I don't know how many rows with the wrong size crochet hook. So we're back to the right size crochet hook. And I have actually only done, I think it's 2 rows this week. because I got kind of sidetracked. Oh, it looks like I did 3. So there we go. That's where I was last week, was on this purple stitch, so, or purple row. So yeah, I guess it is. This is where I was at, so I've done 2 rows. So not that much has been accomplished or changed this week, because frankly, I got busy with doing the capelet and was having kind of fun doing it. So I kind of put this away for a little bit, but I'll get back to it. So I didn't do, like I said, much on it. And then my last knitted project is the Find Your Fade. So I have, at this point, I have 2 crochet and 2 knit projects going on. And I will be back at making masks. So my sewing machine is coming in later this week. And so hopefully they will turn out without being all bunched up, because my tension's really messed up on my old machine. Here's the beginning of my Find Your Fade. Now, we were laughing, the knitting bunch, that we were meeting on Zoom last night, because I said, it looks like I am knitting a thong or a bikini bottom for a very teeny person. No, this is the bottom of the shawl, but the shawl actually goes sideways like this. You knit it this direction. So I am finished section 3. So you have a first section here, and then you have these eyelets, which are right here, and then you do striping, and this is called fading, where you stripe back and forth, and then you eventually change to the next color. So it's kind of a gentle changing. So, yep, that is how far I am, and this is the pattern. It is Drea Renee Knits, who is Andrea Mallory, who's very, very well known. And this was one of her first patterns that became well known, and that was the Find Your Fade. And like I mentioned last week, I'm hoping that this one turns out. I'm doing it on smaller needles, so I'm hoping it turns out much smaller than the original that I did, which I could have wrapped around myself twice, which is saying quite a bit. But yeah, it was like 8 feet long. It was totally crazy. So it got ripped apart. So those are the things that I am working on. So what have you been making this week? I do have some acquisitions this week. The first one is from Annie's. When I ordered that pattern for the sweater, I also ordered some yarn. It's actually Lion brand yarn. It's called Touch of Alpaca. There it is. And it is got hair in it. Everything of mine has hair in it because this falls out like crazy. Let me tell you what this is. It is 207 yards or 190 meters. It is 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. It's really soft, and the color is crimson, and it's a definite crimson / cranberry type of color. It's gorgeous. It's a worsted weight, and I have 5 skeins. Yeah. So this is going to become a sweater of some type. I'm not sure what, but altogether I have 1,035 yards, and it's worsted weight, so I should be able to get a sweater out of this. I like this color, and this color is something that does like look favorable on me. So yeah, kind of when your hair goes gray, I used to never wear some of the colors I wear now, but when my hair went gray, and I'm very fair skinned, and I've got blue eyes, it's like there's no color here at all. So now all of a sudden I'm wearing turquoises and purples and cranberries, and I used to wear more earth tones. My natural hair color before it went gray was mousy brown. Also very exciting, but yeah, it wasn't like deep brown chestnut. I always wanted chestnut brown hair. That never worked out. I tried dyeing my hair. I dyed it for years, and it would either be ash brown, that's what the bottle said it was supposed to be, or I would do like an auburn color, which also looked nice on me because my skin was fair, except that the auburn would wash out to orange after a while, and then I had a clownish appearance, which was not the look I was going for. So finally I just kind of gave up at 50 and went, let's just let it grow out and be done with it. So yeah, anyway, that was totally rambling about absolutely nothing. But my other acquisition, I got a new ring. Just joking. This is just it's a paperweight. And I've had this, but yeah, I thought that was cute. No, I really did get a ring. I got this. Now, this is a puzzle ring. I am not going to take it apart because it takes forever to put back together again. Normally it doesn't. I have a silver puzzle ring that my father got for me when I was a teenager, and he got it from Turkey, and it's silver, and I can put that thing together. It's exactly just like this, except just in silver, and I can put that thing together in no time. But this one, apparently when they made it, one of the pieces doesn't quite fit together. What it is, let's see if this will show up. It's four rings that are actually hooked together. Like I said, I'm not going to take it apart. It took me hours to get the thing back together because it's the angle. One of the rings is slightly bent or something. The notch isn't in the right place. But anyway, all 4 rings kind of go together and twist a certain way, and they form this interlocking band. So, like I said, I have a silver one, and I just wanted something fairly simple that I could wear on this hand. So if I wear another ring, it doesn't like look too busy. So anyway, yeah, so that was my acquisition. And I didn't spend a huge amount for this. I think it was $27, something like that. It's sterling silver. It's just like dipped in 24 karat gold. So it's not like an expensive ring. And actually I bought another one too. Not another puzzle ring, but another one that is silver with my birthstone in it. I have a birthstone ring that my grandmother gave me when I was probably in my early teens. I know I had it by the time I was in 9th grade. So it was like 8th or 9th grade when she gave it to me. It's been stretched so many times because, I got bigger as I got older, and I was a kid when she gave it to me. So it's been stretched. So it's really, really thin. And I wanted to have something that I could wear. I wear that one, but I don't wear it very often because I'm so afraid of the band wearing all the way through. My birthstone is for November, so I can go with a blue topaz, or I can go with the yellow topaz, and this one's a yellow topaz. And so I ordered one that was in silver and I think it's a citrine. I don't know. It's a yellow stone. And so that one I can wear, and it's not I don't have to worry about the band, you know, breaking all the way through or anything. So, and that one I think was only about the same price, about $27. So anyway, I have no idea why I'm buying things like that online. My brother designs and makes jewelry. I could have just had him do it. But yeah, anyway, they were cheap. They were running a sale. So I was like, that's one thing bad about being home. I'm finding that I am getting online and buying things more than I normally would buy. But yeah, anyway. So what else is up with me this week? There is going to be another vlog on Thursday. I've been doing a vlog once a week of what's been kind of going on. I've been working from home for the last couple of weeks, and my work is not opening back up tentatively until May 4th. It might even get extended longer than that, but at this point I'm off till May 4th, but I am working at home and telecommuting, so I'm actually doing some videos for my work, and one was done last week. You guys can actually see it on Wednesday, because Wednesday's video is going to be a knitting tutorial for a mitered lace dishcloth. So, I've been filming for that, and then I just will put it over on this channel too. And if you watched last week's vlog, you saw that I have a dollhouse, and I showed a little bit of it, but the actual film that I'm sending to my work to put up, once it comes out, which will be either next week or the week after that, I will put a link on Facebook for you all to see it if you want to. I don't want to put it on this channel because this channel isn't for children. And if I put a video up that has something that would attract children, I have to acknowledge that in my application each week for the video to go up. And if it's made for children, a lot of times you have to have a different type of license under YouTube. Yeah, you have to put it under a certain type of, like under YouTube Kids, or you have to do a little bit different stuff with it. And I don't want to have to fool with that. So, that's why I don't show stuffed animals and things that people make on show and tell. It's for the same reason, because it could get me into some trouble if I film things that would possibly attract children. So anyway, I will send a link on the Facebook page once that video is available if you want to check out my dollhouse and see what the inside of it actually looks like, as if you were walking through the dollhouse, because I actually maneuvered a camera in between the dollhouse and showed things around. So anyway, just keep in mind that it is meant for a child, so I'm talking like I'm talking to a child. So, although I think like a child a lot of times. But anyway, so that video will be coming up soon. And I've also been taking some classes online. And yeah, keeping busy and doing we have a meeting once a week and, you know, all that kind of thing. So I'm definitely keeping busy. In fact, I'm finding I've got more things to do than I actually have time to do them in. So, yeah, interesting. But it's been fun. I've never telecommuted before, so it's kind of interesting. So that's what's going on with me. Now it's time for... Now, in our Come and Get It section this week, for Annie's, normally I show you different patterns that Annie's has, but this week they have a brand new yarn. It is actually a Premier, it's by Premier Yarns, and it's called Sweet Roll Frosty. They have it for $4.99, and there are 245 yards of worsted weight in them, and it's in like a cake. So I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. Bluprint. I told you the other week that they are doing free classes right now. They've extended it. It was supposed to end on the 9th. They have now extended it to the 16th of April. You can go online over at their website on Bluprint and watch unlimited classes for free right now, which is like unheard of. The only thing you cannot do is in the resource thing, if you're watching like a sewing video or you're watching a knitting, because my thought was, oh, I'll go over and look at some sweater tutorials and I'll print the patterns out. That's the only thing they're not allowing you to do. You can't print the patterns because they want you, of course, to pay for those patterns. So, you know, you can watch the video, but you can't print the patterns that are attached to them. But there's lots of techniques over there. There is photography, cooking, baking, drawing, painting, crochet, knitting. There's all kinds of knitting stitches and crochet stitches over there. You know, there's tons and tons of stuff. It's like, and there's even, I was learning about sewing machine basics since my new sewing machine's coming in. Just trying to refresh myself a little bit. So I've been watching all kinds of things over there, having a lot of fun. There was brioche knitting, although I don't know that I'll ever try brioche knitting because I haven't decided if I really like it or not. You know, like the look of it or not. But, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff over there, and it's free. There's no charge at all. The only thing I would say is when you do go over there, be careful you don't hit the subscribe button accidentally. Just hit the watch now button and you're fine. If you hit subscribe, it's going to ask you to pay for like a month's or a year-long subscription to these videos where it would unlock everything. You get the patterns, you get anything. It's unlimited classes. I forget how much it is. I keep thinking it's $39.99 a year for unlimited access to it. But yeah, as long as you don't click the subscribe button, you're fine, and you can look at all these different classes for free. So anything you ever wanted to learn, you can learn it over there, and it ain't going to cost anything. Let's see, create for less. I'm not naming all of the places that I normally name because some of them are shut down at this point. Dollar Tree is selling online again. However, it's limited things that they're selling, and yarn is not one of them. Consumer Crafts is taking a break right now. They have shut down. So Create for Less. They have some yarn. It's Red Hearts. It's a wrap. The cake must be huge because it has 1,100 yards in it. I didn't look to see if it's fingering weight or if it's worsted. I'm taking a guess it's probably fingering weight. Worsted weight, it would have to be this big. It's $8.59. I will find out and I will stick it down here what weight of yarn it is, but my guess is it's fingering weight. So anyway, I'll put it down there, but it's $8.59. Knit Picks Yarn of the Month is their Shine brand yarn. You can get 20% off. They also are bringing out some of their cottons now and their cotton patterns because we are starting to work into warmer weather, although you'd never know it by the windstorm that's going on outside. My mother-in-law said she had snow. She only lives like 25 miles away from us. She had a little bit of snow this morning. So, yeah, anyway. But if you want to think ahead and think of cotton t-shirts and things, there is the Equinox cotton collection over on Knit Picks. It's all different types of garments and things that are made out of cotton. And if you decide to make one of their projects that calls for a good bit of skeins of yarn, you can get 10% off when you purchase 10 skeins from their select cottons. So I'm not sure exactly which select cottons those apply to. I'm sure it's over there when you go to look. But anyway, it is 10% off if you get 10 skeins. Me, I generally have to use between 6 and 10 skeins depending on the weight of the yarn. So, yeah, why not get 10% off of it? So, yes, that is the Equinox Cotton Collections. Leisure Arts. In their crochet, I thought since we're on a cotton roll here, in their crochet section is a book called All About Cotton. It's $7.99. And there are 10 projects in the book. Oh, it's a downloaded book. Both of these are downloaded that I'm going to talk about. And then in their knitted section, they have, it's just called Dishcloths. And it is a beginner skill level of knitted dishcloths, and there are 15 patterns in that book. Lion brand has some of their cotton and bamboo yarns on sale right now. They both are selling for the same price, for $5.99. There's Kobu, which is a blend of cotton and bamboo. That's where Kobu, yeah. It took me a while to figure that out. I'm slow. What can I say? It is a fingering weight. There are 232 yards per skein. And again, that is $5.99. And then they also have True Bow, which is also $5.99. And it is 100% bamboo. Now, if you've never knitted with bamboo before, it's really nice. I have knitted with bamboo before, and it's very, very soft. So there's 100% bamboo. It is also a fingering weight, and there's 241 yards with that one. So the better deal of the two is the True Bow. You're getting 9 more yards. Not a huge amount, but you get 9 more yards, which would be 27 feet more yarn with that as opposed to the Kobu. But it depends whether you want all bamboo or if you want a cotton bamboo blend. And they are offering a free tricolor shawl when you buy the yarn. So, or I don't even know if you need to actually buy the yarn to get the free pattern. But there's a 3-color shawl over there. If you check out their website, you can maybe just download the pattern. So, yeah, and it is a crocheted shawl, by the way. I went and looked at it because I saw it, and I was like, wonder if it's knitted or crocheted, because I couldn't see. It was a little bit distance away. So I went and looked at the pattern itself, and it says it is a crochet pattern. So that is over at Lion Brand. So Knit Crate is still offering their $5 first box of yarn. After that, you have to pay the regular price, but you can get your first box for $5. And all of the links to the sales are directly down below. And yeah, that's it for the Come and Get It section this week. As I said, there will be a vlog up on Thursday, and Wednesday's video is going to be a knitting tutorial on making a dishcloth. If you want to get the pattern ahead of time, it is a free pattern. If you go, again, down below into the description box under my patterns, just click on that link. It'll take you over to Love Crafts. It's the mitered lace dishcloth pattern. It's free. So whether you want to take the class or not, there's a free dishcloth pattern if you want it. There's a couple other free patterns that I've got out as well. But you will need to do that project. You will need you'll need like 1 skein, well, maybe a half a skein, say about a half a skein or less of 100% cotton yarn. If you have any of the Lily Sugar and Cream, that's perfect for it. Any 100% cotton, like a worsted weight, will work. And you will need size, anywhere from a size 6 to a US 6 to a US 8 needle. If you use a US 6, you're just going to have a smaller dishcloth. You use a US 8, you're going to have a bigger one. So, yeah, it's nothing really specific. We're playing fast and loose here. Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to give it a try, and if you don't have cotton yarn, you can just do it with some plain old acrylic. It's not going to work as well, but it'll work. You know, in a pinch, you use what you got. So anyway, that is going to be it for this week. I am expecting a Knit Crate sometime soon. I know normally they were planning on getting them out by the 10th, but because of everything that's going on and everything's being slowed down because some companies are closing or they're not able to work in the warehouses and stuff, it might be delayed. You know, so we'll see. But if it comes in, I will film it and share it with you guys. So that is it for this week. I hope you guys stay safe. And yeah, guess that's it. So that's it for this week. Kind of short, but I hope you guys are safe and using the time that you've got home to spend it crafting. Bye, everybody.